Okay, so this little video that I'm making is to show you and remind you about the rational root theorem. So I'm going to start off by giving you a function. All right, and we're trying to find the roots or the zeros of this function. You may notice that this one is factorable, and that actually is a much easier way, but because I'm trying to review the rational root theorem, I'm going to do it that way. So the constant way at this end is the p, and the factors of p are plus or minus 1 and plus or minus 2. The leading coefficient is called q, and the factors of it are plus or minus 1. When I put those together, the p's over the q's, I get all the possible rational roots. In this case, plus or minus 1 and plus or minus 2. I'm going to send them through synthetic division to see if any of them work. Okay, so I'm going to try 1. Bring down the 1, multiply, you get 1, adding, you get 3, multiplying, you get 3, adding, you get 2, multiplying, you get 2, adding, you get 0. Surprise, surprise, I ended up with one of my roots. Okay, one of the roots is 1. Now, these are the coefficients of the depressed polynomial. And if I set this equal to 0, I can probably find my other two roots. And I'm in luck. This factors, right? This is x plus 2 and x plus 1. So my other two roots right here, I get the negative 2, and this one gives me negative 1. So there's my 3 roots. I'm going to do another one just to show you that sometimes you don't necessarily get real roots, and that's an okay thing. So let's start with a different function. X cubed minus 2x squared plus x minus 2. All right, so my p's and q's are, that's a p. Better. My p's are plus or minus 1 and plus or minus 2. Q's are the same as on the last problem, just coincidence. They won't always be the same. Plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2. All right, so sending this through synthetic division. Right, I'm going to try, let's try 1. 1, multiplying, I get 1, adding, I get negative 1. Multiplying, I get negative 1, adding, I get 0. Multiplying, I get 0, adding, okay, that one didn't work. Let's try another one. Multiplying, I get negative 1, that's negative 3. Multiplying, I get 3, adding, I get 4. Okay, that one's not working either. Let's try another one. How about 2? 2 gives me 0, 0 gives me 1, 2. Okay, that one works. Okay, again, I don't always know which one's going to work. The depressed polynomial here is x squared plus 1 equals 0. So if I solve this, x squared equals negative 1, and I take the square root, I get plus or minus I for 2 of my roots, plus that real root that I had already found. All right, so there's a possibility of imaginary roots. Don't you love the bells in the middle of my video? All right, and then the last one, I want to make sure you have one that doesn't necessarily group. X cubed minus 7x minus 6. Also, I want you to see p's and q's that aren't all quite so easy. Here, factors of p are plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, and plus or minus 6. The factors of q are plus or minus 1. So we have to account for all of those possibilities, plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 6. All right, and also a reminder, when you do synthetic division, you do need a placeholder. So I'm having a placeholder for my x squared term. I'm going to send negative 1 through. So multiplying, I get negative 1, adding, I get negative 1. Multiplying, I get 1, adding, I get negative 6. Multiplying, I get 6, adding, I get 0. So I did find one of my roots. Here's one of them. These coefficients of the depressed polynomial hopefully will give me the other two roots. All right, this one factors, right? It's set up really nicely, which gives me my other roots of 3 and negative 2. All right, I hope that made sense. You can always ask me, you can email me, text me, whatever it is you need. And if not, I will see you tomorrow.